Taxi drivers say government's ride-sharing plans break the law, but government is set to be making some new laws to accompany its plans. Randy Broadbelt, Public Relations for the Taxi Operators Association, said that the Motor Car Act prohibits the use of private cars for private hire.
It is directly contradicting the Motor Car Act.
Mr. Broadbelt also said multiple insurance companies were not aware of rideshare plans. As of Newstime, Transport Minister Wayne Furbert has not responded directly to the BTOA comments. We were, however, directed to a statement from the Minister in March, in which he said legislation will be tabled to support ride-sharing, and there are insurance companies collaborating with the Ministry to establish coverage. When ride-sharing is rolled out, it will be a one-year pilot scheme.
We will do this for a year and monitor to see how the process goes. But the government had to make some changes. And there's a lot of Bermudians out there who understands that when they make a call, sometimes they don't get a taxi.
The ride-sharing initiative could see 150 applicants enabled to offer ride-share services in summer, holidays, when cruise ships are in, and on nights and weekends in the winter. It will cost $1,000 to apply, and drivers must be vetted and hold a public service vehicle license. Minister Furbert quietly met with Gypsy Cab drivers in St. George's on Wednesday and told them they could apply for ride-sharing, but government sees ride-sharing bringing an end to gypsy cabs in certain areas. The minister said that consecutive administrations have turned a blind eye to gypsy cabs.
There has been some relaxation, and when our tourists cannot find the ability to go from here to Tobacco Bay or go from here to Clear Waters or whatever, someone steps in. And that stepping in at that time was the Gypsy Cabs.
The BTOA's Randy Broadbelt disagrees with the minister's narrative and says gypsy cabs were primarily used by locals until the public transport system became unreliable.
The gypsy cabs have always been a local use. Our grandmothers, our churchgoers, our persons from the grocery shop who use the gypsy cabs, they've infringed on the tourism industry in the past few years only because of the lack of transportation options, from thousands of cancellations from 2016 up until 2020 when the new buses started arriving.
The Taxi Operators Association remains firmly opposed to ride-sharing in Bermuda. With the overseas success of apps such as Uber and Lyft, I questioned the BTOA's Randy Broadbelt on whether this change is inevitable. Is this just a natural modernization of the industry here in Bermuda?
Well, to be very frank and honest, we haven't modernized anything. We're still operating an analog meter. We're still operating without the access for all taxi drivers to be able to have merchant accounts to receive credit card payments or digital payments. If the minister wants to modernize something, he should start with the backbone of the industry that's been standing since the 1950s. In regards to Uber, Lyft, and all other forms of rideshare, we don't need to look too far and see the damage it has caused to those individuals from within the original pool of stakeholders. Once they come into the region, small enterprises whittle down completely.
Gary Foster Skelton for Bermuda Broadcasting News.